Welcome back to the LoCo Experience Podcast. My guest today is Emily Francis, and she is the Mayor Pro Tem in Fort Collins. Pro Tem. She is a council member for District 6, and she is also my final guest in the Hot Nugs Conversation series with a very custom menu compared to the other candidates.
Yes, thank you for accommodating.
Because you're allergic to everything.
I am allergic to everything.
Just about everything. And you have a wonderful onesie pantsuity kind of thing on. I really enjoy that.
Thank you.
I have to say. You might be the best dressed so far.
I'll take it.
Just edging out Adam.
Oh, it's a tough competition out there for the seven of us.
Well, what I start with everybody so far is really like a 2-minute, hi, I'm Emily, and this is a little bit about me, and this is kind of why I would want to be your mayor.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I feel like I, at this point, should be able to, off the top of my head, but I think every time it's different. So,
well, it's a format.
I know it's a different format. So yes, I'm Emily Francis. I'm running for mayor this November, and just a little bit about me. I was born and raised here in Fort Collins. I am the one of 3 Lampkins running for mayor. I believe Scotty V
right?
and Adam are also Fort Collins High School graduates, but I'm the only one who was born here. Adam Eggleston.
Okay. Yep.
So, we beat out Jenny because she's an Impala. But
Scotty V was Sean Godby from Old Town Spice Shop's history teacher when he was a senior.
Fort Collins is a small town because Susan Gutowski at one point was my teacher.
Oh, is that right?
It just continues to get smaller. And my sister went to high school with Scotty V. So it just...
He's probably easy to remember.
Yeah, this is the beauty of Fort Collins, So
so
I did. I grew up in Fort Collins. I feel like when you grow up in Fort Collins, you have to say where you went to school, which is Laurel Lesher and Fort Collins High School.
Okay.
And I also graduated from CSU. And then natural resources. So I have a bachelor in natural resources. Right. Yeah. And I actually worked for the city for a little bit in their, at that time it was FC Moves. Well, now it's FC Moves and their bike department.
Oh, sure.
And I did Bike to Work Day and getting kids on bikes and improvements and things like that, and really fell in love with more of the built environment and community, and went to get my master's in public health at Portland State University.
Okay.
I now say nobody really knew what public health was until 2019. Now a lot of people know what public health is.
Well, 2019 or 2020?
Well, 2019 is when the pandemic actually started.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
But nobody really heard much about it until January.
So 2020, yes. Now more people know what public health is. I don't work on the disease side. I work in the community side, community health.
Communications wise and stuff?
No, I actually work with communities on how do you address health disparities and what are the root causes of differences in people's quality of life and length of life. And these are really boiled down to what they call social determinants of health, which is access to education, healthcare, your built environment, housing, things like that. That all pretty much determines your quality of life.
Well, I think, and curiosity about health.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because if you just listen to your doctor, that doesn't mean you're going to be healthy.
No.
Like, you better work on an active lifestyle and some diet and a whole bunch of stuff in addition to that.
Yeah, but public health really gets down to the root of why can some people access healthy foods? Why are some people able? A lot of it has to do with income, the environment around you, how conducive is it?
Well, just awareness even, right? And it's a burden to cook with fresh foods compared to cooking processed.
Well, you have to know
stuff.
how, so you have to have somebody who probably taught you at one point.
Yeah.
So
I was on the board for the Matthews House for a long time,
okay,
and they would do Zumba classes and stuff, but it would also open doors to just what is a healthy lifestyle, because I'm from North Dakota where, everybody's heavy.
It is, yeah. And it's a different culture and different.
But if you want to bend that a little bit, you got to start with what's public health look like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's what I got my master's in, and came back to Fort Collins.
Sorry, I'm stretching out past 2 minutes, but it's my fault.
Okay, as long as I get the full time. But I moved back to Fort Collins, and as a kid in Fort Collins when it was smaller, and still today, I think Fort Collins really raised me, and I really wanted to give back to the community. And so I have worked mainly in public service. So I did Meals on Wheels and senior nutrition programs.
Okay.
And then I moved into community organizing with mobile home park residents on how do you just want to create a better quality of life. And a lot of that focused on preservation and protection of mobile home parks.
Sure.
And this has really, really got into local government. And I started working with county commissioners and the city council at the time, and really was a liaison between how do you work with residents who maybe in their home country interacting with the government wasn't safe. And then how do you work with elected officials on working with people who don't know how to navigate the system?
Okay.
And so did a lot of bridge building, worked a lot with.
And that's what path to city council came from that?
Yeah,
really?
so I ran in 2019 and got elected for the first time. I was the first millennial elected.
Okay.
The youngest person elected since the 80s. And then, I've always really focused on how do we make sure that every resident in Fort Collins has access to a good quality of life. And you can just see the disparities in town. You can see that people have different access. You can see that people are struggling with different things. And at the time, city council, in my opinion, wasn't really focused a lot on that. And so that's why I have led a lot with things like housing affordability in general. Supporting the working class has always kind of been my focus on city council. And then I was elected as mayor pro tem in 2021, and that's elected by city council.
Okay.
And there's kind of two roles to mayor pro tem. One is I fill in for the mayor when they're out of town. So I'm acting mayor. When they're not here, I run meetings, I step in. And I also attend every single leadership meeting with the mayor and the city management and planning, agenda, things like this. So always really closely aligned.
Kind of their second set of eyes.
Yeah.
Almost.
And then I'm also there to represent council, right? So I work with council members, and the mayor's representing the city.
Don't let the mayor get away from it.
Yeah.
If there's anything shady,
she's representing the city. I'm representing council. And so I was elected 2021, and then I was reelected to city. Hi, Jen. I was reelected to city council in 2023.
Okay.
And reelected as mayor pro tem again in 2023.
And then, but the why part, I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Yet.
Okay. Well, we took up the time with the public health, but the why. So the why is, there's the part that I've done the job, and I know what the job entails, and I feel like I have been in the role, and part of that is, the mayor is one of 7, and they don't have any more voting power than anyone else on city council. You can't do anything without 3 other council members supporting you, right? It's not. I think sometimes a misperception that the mayor can have initiatives and do these things. That's not how Fort Collins government works. Yeah. But they are the figurehead,
right?
And their words do carry more weight, right? Even though if they're one of 7.
Yeah, even if they're one of the opposing.
Yeah, exactly. And so why for me is, I've done the job. I've been in that role before, and I just feel like we're at a really critical point in Fort Collins. We are moving from a large town to a small city. We have these really big issues that we're struggling with between growth and development, but maintaining our character. We have limited resources. Now we have limited dollars. And I think it's, one, really important to have continuity in that leadership. And then 2, I really feel like from being Fort Collins, from understanding and being working class for most of my life, and when people talk about housing affordability and affordability in general, it's really important to have someone who has those lived experiences and can bring that into office and feel like they're representing Fort Collins when they're stepping in as mayor.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks. Our chicken's probably getting a little bit cold.
That's true.
Sorry, but it's okay. Our first, so how we're going to do this, by the way, and you get to choose your favorite from among these.
I'm so excited.
Blends.
Okay.
But we're going to sample it. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
And then I'll ask the first question.
Okay, this is great.
And you can just swing that microphone out to reach and grab your thing. Oh, and Ava, will you bring us some napkins when you bring the next sample in, please? Sorry, we forgot. So this is salt, pepper, garlic. Just SPG.
It's just the basic.
SPG.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I totally need to put that on my shelf. Just have a spot for that.
There's something about really good salt and pepper.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, in the salt with a coarseness that you can actually catch from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got crunch.
Whether you're dipping, you probably don't eat steak or...
I do eat steak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you dip it in a coarse salt sometimes when it's just so nice.
Mm-hmm. It does. It's good.
I mean, chicken's okay too. This is good chicken, by the way.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, tasting notes on the SPG.
Mm-hmm.
I presume this is from Old Town Spice Shop. Yeah, most of this stuff is. Mm-hmm. The guys were sharing the responsibility before, but it's with the sauces more. Do you keep an SPG on your shelf?
I'm just an old school, they're separate. But,
yeah.
Not mixed together.
You put those 3 on things sometimes.
Yeah. But, I do like the flaky salt, so I like the crunch.
Yeah.
And,
what would you use that on in your kitchen?
I mean, I feel like you can use that in everything.
Yeah.
Because it's like a
Something
holy
that
trifecta.
I had in the drawer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
Fair
it's already
enough.
pre-made.
Yeah.
Probably in the right ratio because I can't get those ratios right to save my life. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I like it.
My first question is from James Merkley with StoryPath Creative. And he said, what's your fondest story to share about the people of our community in Fort Collins?
This fondest story
Yes.
about people in Fort Collins. I know you sent these to me, but
Yeah. I like that you come in fresh.
I always do.
Yeah.
For me, and I don't remember if this is a question later on about what's my favorite thing about Fort Collins, but it is the people. And so when I think about the fondest story, it's hard because I just think Fort Collins is full of great people.
Okay.
And no matter how much we're growing or changing, to me, the heart of the community it has always been there.
Yeah.
And it's just because the people are great, just like we were talking about earlier. I mean, like how many connections there are, how it's still a small town in so many ways,
Yeah.
how people are full of kindness and
Would you like to name 2 people that you don't like?
no.
Would you like to name 2 people that you especially like or have a story about?
Well, so I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again because it's one of my favorite memories of growing up in Fort Collins. Is I grew up for a while in what is now the Natural Resources Building for the city out on Hoffman Mill Road. It's kind of off the bike trail.
Oh, yeah.
It's a white house with green. And so I lived there until the city bought it and relocated me. No.
Yeah.
So I grew up there.
Folks probably made a pretty penny.
Well, we were renters.
I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And, it was just a great experience living there because the ponds are there, the River Bend ponds over there. And, but it's right next to the bike trail. And when I was a kid, I had these aspirations to be a baker and have my own business. And
Okay.
when I was a kid, I would haul down a table and baked goods to the bike path,
Nice.
which I think now would be illegal. But in the time, it was not.
Whatever.
And
it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. And had business cards, had a catering menu.
Did you have specialty items like
Brownies were like
Okay.
a specialty
All
item,
right.
Rice Krispie treats, probably lemonade.
All right.
We had like my cousin and I had the whole thing, business cards, catering. We were there
And
for
did
it.
you move some product?
It's really difficult to move products
When people
on a
don't
bike
have-
path. Okay. But here's where the wonderful people of Fort Collins come in.
Right.
Is one, it's people would go.
They just give you money and don't even take
They would
product.
give money and not take things. 2 is sometimes they would go home and then come back with money. Because who
gosh.
wants like a brownie mid-run and then what do you do with it, So they'd come back. And then also at the time, it's where they trained the K-9 unit for the police. And those police officers would walk down and buy things and then bring
like
it back.
it.
They'd probably
Yeah.
just buy me out to make me feel better.
See,
but,
that's the you had the cute advantage. Like if
That's true.
if you imagine me as some ugly kid setting up a stand out there saying, "Hey, got some bake stuff," they'd be like, "Yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
just kidding."
So, it's just like when
good
an
job.
inopportune time
Yeah.
to have a treat.
Well, it didn't sprout wings, so
No,
that's sad.
I know.
But I'm sure you met a lot of interesting people.
I did. Yeah.
We're ready. What do we got here? Oh, this is the ranch.
A ranch. Classic.
This is the classic ranch
Yeah.
from Matador.
Oh, I didn't know if it's Hidden Valley, but I think it's
Yes,
Matador.
no, this is actually.
I'll take my fork.
They make their own ranch. Thank you, Ava.
Thank you.
So we can taste first, and then I'll
Great.
go on to question
Okay.
2. So I'm from North Dakota, as I mentioned, and in North Dakota, everything gets dipped in ranch, pretty much.
So now I want to know your
Would you-
tasting notes on how this ranch stacks up to a ranch expert.
I mean, it's pretty much a specimen ranch. I don't know. Like, isn't there really just kind of one recipe? almost?
Apparently not. Do you
Like, I assume there's different qualities of like buttermilk and,
Yes.
and cracked black pepper or whatever other ingredients.
also the consistency, thicker, runnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mostly the flavor of ranch is the flavor of ranch.
Yeah.
Although it would be interesting, we could do a whole show on like Wishbone Ranch versus.
You could do a whole taste testing of
like
different.
5 different ranches.
Yes. Yes.
God, that would be boring as hell.
I don't know. I had a friend doing a taste testing for. They're opening a bar and they wanted to have coffee on coffee just in case. We did a taste testing on instant coffees.
Yeah.
After 12 instant coffees, one that's hard to take 12 different instant coffees.
The Starbucks Viva or whatever is pretty solid.
Well, I can tell you the one that won, which
is?
was Mount Hagen.
Okay.
And then the 365 Whole Foods was second.
And do they sell it in like a big container so you just put a scoop in there and do it?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that for our camping more. Instead
It's
of
a great
like screwing
opportunity.
around with like a Spanish coffee maker or a French press or whatever.
Well, that one you can
like,
also dissolve in cold, so you can make cold coffee.
Oh, nice.
It's key. Yeah.
What was it again?
Mount Hagen, I think.
Mount Hagen.
Yeah.
Okay. Mount Hagen, if you'd like to sponsor this episode of the LoCo Experience Podcast, please contact me. From Paul Michelson of Matador Mexican Grill. What is your plan to help support small businesses to start and grow in Northern Colorado?
Oh, this is a great question. And I think one that the city has much opportunity, space that we
To
can
do better?
To do better.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you for catching I was like on a different thought path. I was like
No, you
finishing
were
that
actually,
sentence.
it was me actually like
It's hard.
putting words on the table
yeah,
that
well,
you meant to just leave off the table.
Yeah. Being on city council for 6 years, it's sometimes hard to say the city can do
Well,
better,
and can the city do better? Like,
oh, yeah. I
okay.
think so. Yeah.
What would you what would you have them
I
do?
think, just talking to small business owners, it is so difficult to open a business.
Yeah.
It's confusing. There's so many regulations and, the development review process, the hoops you have to jump through, just navigating it, I think is really difficult. As somebody who just wants to come in, your neighbor, mom and pop are just like, I just want to do this thing. It's not that easy.
Yeah, I'm leasing this space. It was a restaurant before.
Yeah. And now I want it to be a liquor store, restaurant. And I'm going to have to pay $112,000 for a tap fee.
Okay.
So these things that we really need to look at of what barriers are we putting up?
Okay.
Why are we making it so complicated? Why is it take so long? And why is it so expensive for someone to just go through the process?
Yeah.
And then
and why do you think?
I think it's just best intentions over times of, we create rules for a reason. Something happened, we add a new one. And then over time, you just have too many.
It takes all this enforcement mechanism and stuff like that.
And then so many approvals and there's so many different departments involved. And, we just kind of need to get back to simplicity and the basics.
So do you slot in on the more kind of libertine side when it comes to business especially?
Tell me what you mean by that.
Like, I could do kind of what I want as long as I don't hurt anybody?
No.
No.
Not that far.
Okay.
But we don't need so many rules and regulations.
So some still need liquor licenses.
Yeah. We still need the health and safety.
Food service, food inspections are good.
Let's go with health and safety as baseline for these things.
But I agree. Actually, that somebody said that on a podcast I was listening to recently about health and safety being kind of first and foremost and public safety and stuff. And then if we've still got revenues, then we can focus on some of these beautiful places and other services and stuff. But
yeah. Our sales tax in the city is declining. We are going to have to look at.
Well, without all these development fees, though, how are we going to balance the budget?
Well, development fees only pay for certain things.
Right.
They do not fix our budget problems. And so development review fees are part of it. And just because you're a new business doesn't mean you go through development review.
Usually you can afford it for years.
Exactly.
You start a business in a rented space.
It's going to take you years to figure out how to get
later,
through development
maybe
review.
You can buy a building or build something.
Yeah. And by then the fees will have gone up.
A lot. Fair. I think we're ready for number 3. Ava Sue, are you guys ready for us? And we can put our empties right in there. This is the chicken and guacamole.
The guacamole sans tomato.
Sans tomato, yes.
So
you'd be
chicken with avocado.
You'd be terrified in my household. I currently have about the area of half of that table covered in tomatoes on my kitchen countertops because my tomato harvest has been tremendous this year. I've got tomatoes bursting out of my ears.
Yeah.
And I've eaten so many.
This is great.
Yeah. What would happen if you ate a tomato?
Oh, I just
like a whole one, like a bigger than my fist.
I would not be able to move my hands tomorrow.
Really?
It would just be red. They'd be really achy.
Okay.
I would you get such. I want to. I have trouble formulated sentences as it is, and that gets more difficult when you have to finish half my sentence for me.
No, I just do that. I'm rude that way. I think ahead, but it means I'm listening.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you for being kind. Let's see what you think about this guacamole. Sans tomato.
Are you going to also try the
authentic.
guacamole?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I love guacamole.
Oh, yeah. My partner is allergic to avocado, so.
Oh, that's sad.
It is a sad for him, but a win for me.
But wouldn't you eat more avocado overall if he liked it too?
Well, I don't have to share any avocados with him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm, as I said, from North Dakota, but my mom grew up in California, so she brought back a love for avocados. So we were like some of the only avocado eating people in the county.
Did they just bring in the avocado to the grocery store just for you?
No, they would get them here and there, and Mom would like buy 4 of them and put them in the fridge. You know? We would eat them until they were like, well, they wouldn't. They would just go right away. Like they would always get eaten right away, so it didn't matter.
I've heard, and I've never done it, that if you put a ripe avocado in a glass of water, then it keeps it from ripening more. So I'll have to try it out.
Seems reasonable. I mean, it wouldn't allow any further oxidization.
That's true.
So, what would you like to say about that guacamole?
I mean, those avocados are peak ripeness.
Perfect.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
They're full flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you get the avocado and it's not right, and then you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's kind of sad when you're like, I put avocados in my salads mostly probably, and so you peel it and everything seems fine, and then you cut it and you're like, ooh, it's too crispy.
Yeah.
It's not going to taste very
There's no going
great.
back after that.
Yeah, I just throw it in there anyway. It's
Yeah,
not going to hurt you.
No,
but, you know, it's just not
as good as it could have been.
So from Mayor Emeritus Wade Troxel, Fort Collins has been described as the choice city of Colorado and is known for beers, bikes, and bands, and more. What is your vision for the evolving brand of Fort Collins, and what might 30 years from now we be known for?
Well, I don't think I'm ever going to be as catchy as beer, bikes, and bands, so I don't have a name for it. But I can tell you what I think about.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to have a name, a cool name. But what I think about is I want Fort Collins to be a place of opportunity, and by that I mean, you know, we just talked about small businesses, how hard it is.
Totally.
Hear about affordable housing and how difficult it is for people to stay in Fort Collins and live here. And what if we were a place where people could afford to live here? What if people could move here and do what they dream of? What if people were like, I can go to Fort Collins and I can live my best life? And I just think that's what I think about. I think, you know, the more and more people I talk to, people, you know, through campaign events or city council or door knocking, people are having a hard time.
Yeah.
Whether,
sure. I mean, it was when I moved here in 99, my rent doubled and my salary went up a pittance.
Yeah. Yeah. And that opportunity gets, and the thing is, when we don't have a lot of expendable income and we're spending it all on housing or childcare or, you know, the rising cost of goods, people more and more are just so worried about how they're going to.
So how do you fix that though?
Yeah, I think it's
like
a good
you've been studying it, sounds like, for a while. So it's your focus area, but do you have solutions?
I mean, I think one is hard is what can you do in a municipality? And I think that's really where we have to focus on. And I think one is like we talked about with small businesses, how do we make things easier and simpler? Yep. We've built up so many processes. Let's simplify. Let's deregulate to a certain point. You know, also, like, why don't we take the perspective of the customer? The residents are the city's customers. We need to be more customer friendly and more customer oriented and not so regulatory focused. While health safety and public safety is important, you know, we really have to think about how are we serving the residents of Fort Collins and how do we maintain the things that we have built? But we can do things to make housing easier to build, to meet the needs of our residents when it comes to
one of the costs of housing inflation is like all the, you got to insulate it this much and all these kind of things and, you know, put this many trees in when you replace the...
Yep.
But do you not want those things, though?
No, we all want those things. But I think what happens is when you become world-class in everything... Yeah.
There's a price to pay.
There's a price to pay. And then they compete. How do you have world-class tree policy and world-class solar panels?
Right.
How do you have, and then also a water efficiency plan? You know, there are competing interests that we're talking about. So I think Fort Collins is getting to a place where we're going to have really hard conversations about what do we want to prioritize? Where do we want to go? We can build the most sustainable city. Who's going to live here? Who's going to be able to afford it? That's a different city than we're thinking about.
That's such a great, I live in Old Town, and actually I could put solar panels on my place now because I cut some cottonwoods out so that I could build a property, and I had to get permission on that, you know. But now I could have solar, which is nice. But also, like, my whole side of the block on my street is warmer now.
Yeah.
like me and
a
all my
trade,
neighbors
yeah.
are warmer for
Yeah.
having cut down those big ass old cottonwoods,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But at least they didn't fall anybody. So it's a
That's
trade-off.
important,
But I
yeah.
feel like I should be the decider,
Yeah.
top to bottom.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't have to ask my city's permission to cut down a tree on my property.
And that's where we may be going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, we get really complicated in these trade-offs. And I think on one-offs, we all think that sounds good. Of course, we want a tree policy where we're thinking about our canopy and we're thinking about cooling and we're thinking about we're Tree City USA.
Sure.
And then we go over and we say, oh, of course we want to move to an electric grid and we want everyone to have access to solar panels, 100%. But when you keep looking at these things in silos, you're never looking at the big picture. And that's where we're getting into trouble.
So maybe it's like looking at the big picture is our theme.
Yeah.
Something-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Big picture's awesome.
It is.
Big pictures are awesome.
Someone has to think about the
The
big
future
picture.
look bright.
Yeah.
Looks bright.
Yeah.
What are we doing now? I think it's the third one there.
I think.
Or this next one here. This is pesto parmesan olive oil dip.
Oh.
So this
Okay.
is another Old Town Spice Shop offering.
I was surprised they didn't go with a wasabi or horseradish.
I know, I kind of was too. I think it just isn't something that they really carry or have access to normally. It's got the nice coarseness again of the
Yes.
spice.
Yes. What's in this one?
Well, it says pesto parmesan olive oil dip. If you want more information than that, you're going to have to read it because I can't. I don't have eyes that do that kind of stuff anymore.
Well, as the name says, it does have Parmesan cheese, basil, garlic, and salt.
Pretty simple.
As the pesto Parmesan.
Yes.
Dip would have.
Basil, parmesan. Do you make homemade pesto?
I sometimes do. Yeah.
I made a few batches this year. My basil wasn't as productive as last year, but it was still pretty good. But I've become a pesto believer.
Were you not before?
No.
Wow.
I don't know why. Mostly just because they usually put pesto in with like chicken or shrimp. And a lot of times I want some beef.
But you can have pesto on beef.
I could, I suppose. It
Yeah.
seems kind of weird. But I'm going to actually make a multi-layer lasagna. We have an Italian exchange student. And I want to do a lasagna with one layer of just pesto.
Yeah.
But also a layer of meat sauce. So it's like red and green fight kind of thing.
There you go.
Should be fun.
I've been into lasagna lately.
And I made the last one with zucchini as instead of pasta noodles, but I heard recently, well, do that for one layer, but then use pasta noodles too, because then that pasta will suck up all that extra moisture from the zucchini. I salted them first and rinsed them, but it's still hard to get enough moisture out of this.
It is.
So, I'm going to use that advice next time.
Yeah. Sounds like you cook a lot.
I do, yeah.
Nice.
My wife is very pampered.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Not kidding, Jill. It's true. Next question is from Sean Godby, Old Town Spice Shop. Sorry, I got the hiccup bumps for a moment. The proposal for paid on-street parking in Fort Collins aims to address revenue and parking turnover. How do you plan to balance the city's need for revenue and parking management with the concerns of business owners and customers regarding accessibility and affordability?
Okay, good question. We just talked about this, City Council.
Not surprised. It's been probably a hot topic lately.
Yeah, yes and no. You know, we've been talking about it, I think, for 2 years now.
Okay.
I mean, it's come and gone
so it's not a
at
new
City
thing.
Council. No, I think
Like
it's
it
just...
feels like to a lot of the community, it's like, what do you mean we're talking about putting not free parking out there?
I know. Surprisingly, not everyone tunes into the hottest show in town on Tuesday nights. But, yes.
Well, and stuff doesn't leak out necessarily either, because a lot of stuff gets talked about and then never gets done just because it's the nature of
it's government. It takes a long time, you know, because I think it has been almost 2 years.
But here we are.
But now we're actually talking about how do we move forward.
Yeah.
So council has given direction to, yes, move forward with paid parking. But how are we going to move forward?
Oh, really? Like, yes, we are doing paid parking, but then...
We haven't voted on it, but
Okay,
it's a yes. Like, how do we create a plan around what this is going to look like?
Okay.
Because,
we think we should do this.
Yeah, yeah.
The consultants said we should.
Well, I mean, consultants say your model's upside down, which
Okay.
you go to any other city and usually the street parking, premium parking is paid
Right,
for.
right.
Garage is either free or discounted. And so we do have an upside down model, and our garages are $1 an hour,
Which is pretty cheap.
Great deals.
Yeah.
You know, and
But it's like a little reward when you get a free spot.
that is true. Yeah, but how many times do you circle around the block to look for parking downtown?
I never do because I live and
'Cause you
work
live
in Old
downtown.
Town, and so I'll just park a little farther. I ride motorcycle a lot, so I
Yeah.
just park in the abundant motorcycle parking.
This
Thank
is
you,
true.
City of Fort Collins.
You're
You
welcome.
should require that everywhere.
Yes.
Even at, it's so annoying when I go, not to beat that drum, but when I go to like a big box store
Yeah.
and they've got like 6 handicap spots that I can't park in, and then it's like busy for quite a while, and then I've got to park, down there by the second cart corral at Safeway. When they could have just had like one little motorcycle parking only that nobody else could park in.
This is true.
But I actually like it when I get special privileges, which is one of the reasons I ride motorcycle.
Yeah.
But they've busted me now 2 times on this stupid Riverside photo radar
speeding?
thing. Yeah, because every day I leave here on my big bike that you see, and I go through first gear and I hit second gear, and then I cool it down and settle it down before I have to turn left on Mulberry. But right when I come out of second gear is right when the stupid flash goes pop.
I mean, that means you're going 11 over the speed limit.
Yeah, and these fuckers have no right to. I mean, there's nobody around me. The water is wide open. I'm
doesn't
not
matter.
hurting
It's
anybody
not about
at all.
It's not about the number
It's
of
such
people
a
on the
freaking
road.
scam harvest. They put it in places where it's where it should be faster. Speed
They
limit.
put it in places where people speed.
Right, because the people are saying to themselves, "It's safe to go faster than this here."
Well, we overbuilt our roads, which signal that you can drive faster.
Well,
We
because
overbuilt
it's safe.
straight roads.
Like when it's busy, I slow down. Like if there's traffic, I slow down. But I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm
I'll
also a
get
fan
off
of
my hobby
motorcycle
horse.
parking. I drive a motorcycle, and
Right.
I'm not great at tight
And-
turnarounds.
And you deserve to have a special authority that lets you go 15 to 25 miles an hour faster than everybody else in every situation,
know about
especially in
that.
canyons.
I don't know about that, but
I'm just
I
saying,
mean-
it's appropriate.
yeah.
If 85-year-old ladies driving, old Buicks
Yeah.
can go this speed, I have to go the same speed on my
Or
sport
an
bike?
85-year-old driving an RV, towing,
Whatever.
towing
Right.
a Jeep, you know?
It's unjust. Like
I mean, you can take
equality,
it up with the
equality
state
is
authorities.
sometimes unjust, and this is one of those cases where I should not have to follow the same rules. Thanks, Ava, for
Thank you.
getting us back on.
I don't
track.
think we ever answered the question.
What question was
I
it?
don't know. The paid street on parking.
Thanks.
I mean, we can just
I'm
keep
glad
going to
we're both
not
having
answer it.
fun.
But I think to
It's
get to your
those shots. Oh, would you like
Yeah.
to have an infinity shot?
What is that?
It's a mix of all the different liqueurs that have been through the podcast over the last 2 or 3 months.
Wow, I do not.
Okay.
But thank you.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
then let's go ahead. Paid parking.
Paid parking.
Yes. So listening, something.
Yeah.
So
I
what's your-
mean-
what are you going to do from here?
Do you want me to answer the
Yeah,
question? Do
I
you think
do.
we answered it? Okay.
No,
well,
I don't think we did.
I think, either way, we're paying for the parking. I'll say that. Right now, we're subsidizing it through the general fund. So do we want to subsidize it through the general fund, or would we rather use that for other things?
Yeah.
That's the choice. We can continue to subsidize it. We just won't pay for other things.
Yeah.
So do we shift it on to residents and then have visitors pay that and have that model?
Yeah.
I think it makes more sense.
Okay. So generally in favor, moderate pricing, I suppose.
It's going to be, I mean, if our dollars are
I mean, we'd hate
garage, I
to
don't think
strangle
we're...
the golden goose, right?
Yeah.
Like if people stop coming downtown because you got to pay for parking at that place, that
I don't think that's... And if you look at the map of how far they think people walk, it's very little.
Yeah.
So people, I think we walk
Yeah.
more than that. And,
Not
you know,
much.
so it's a tight ring of where you're going to park. Free parking outside of that. Garage is still available.
Yeah.
I think Boulder's like $8 an hour to park downtown. It's something ridiculous. We're not
Okay.
going that high. I think we talked about $1.50.
Okay.
We're keeping it reasonable. We're
All
keeping
right.
it Fort Collins.
I'm listening. Thanks.
Yeah.
What do we got here? This must be the Parmesan garlic popcorn seasoning.
All right. What's the difference between...
Well, no basil, I presume.
Oh.
Sans pesto, a finer coarsity.
Okay. All right.
I think.
But this one's a different
Wait,
color.
yeah, this is this one. No, sorry, I lied to you. Down home pickle shake.
All right. I don't know if I've ever had pickled chicken.
Yeah, you're like, this doesn't seem like popcorn.
I want to know what you
seasoning,
put pickle shake on generally.
What would I put pickle shake on?
Yeah.
Probably the most likely thing in my lifestyle would be a Bloody Mary.
Like the rim of a Bloody Mary. That's a good point.
I like a little pickle juice in my Bloody Mary. So that would be kind of pickly.
I like pickle juice, so this is working out.
What was
that noise?
It was me going, it's kind of pickly, yeah. Like the
Briny.
the pickle sunflower seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Like those are so gross.
What about the pickle potato chips?
No.
No?
No, gross. Like salt and pepper or something like that. Like,
Just the classics.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
I'm okay for a good barbecue or whatever. The pickle, that would be the only thing I would ever use it on, is the Bloody Mary. But it seems that you would, what would you actually use it for?
I don't know.
In a practical environment?
I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know what I would.
So just Bloody Marys too.
Yeah. Just my V8.
Next question, right? Is that how we do this? How would you rate the city of Fort Collins on its homelessness initiatives in recent decades and recent years? And what changes would you recommend to their programs going forward?
Is this like a scale of 1 to 10? Like, what are we rating?
I don't know. Yeah, sure. Scale of 1 to 10.
I don't know.
Do
I
it.
don't know.
I
I
like it.
didn't know where the question was going.
Yeah. Well, like,
know?
do you think they've done a good job, bad job? Here's where I would
Yeah.
change it. Like,
I think we're doing a good job for the resources we have.
yeah.
We have really limited funding for housing, and that includes the houseless. And so, with the resources that we have and the things we've been
The state's
able to
like,
allocate.
we don't have any money.
Yeah, they're like, we
The
don't have
feds are
money.
like, we're not doing that anymore.
No. And then the city, has been asked more. If you think about the evolution of what a city's been asked to do over the decades,
Yeah.
housing, it used to be a government function, then it went away. Now it's coming back. Think about like what we're being asked to do. And the local levels being asked more and more. The state's passing things on down to us, and we don't have bigger. They're not giving us
So it's
money
a
to
mandate
do
with
those
no
things.
money to do the thing.
I mean, just across the board, we've had different mandates that have no money, and so we're just stretched
Like
thinner
what?
and thinner.
Like putting people up at night when it's cold and stuff like that, or
Oh,
what
not
do you
just
mean?
with homelessness.
Okay.
Just with,
Just in
state
general.
bills without fiscal notes.
Just yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. So I think
Governor Polis is good at that.
yeah. So I think as far as our programs, during COVID, when we had the ARPA dollars, that's when we started the mental health officers. And that was a great call. I think that has been an excellent program to invest in.
There was a lot of mental health problems created by that crisis,
Yeah, definitely. And
or the response to the crisis,
yeah,
perhaps.
yeah. I mean, tons of people lost their homes, evictions,
Sure.
like so many things, right? Lost jobs. People are still recovering from the pandemic, and we don't talk about it. We just one day it was gone, and
Right.
we're just like back to normal.
Yeah, JK.
What is normal?
Sorry about telling you to
Yeah.
take that COVID shot and stuff.
Yeah.
Hope doesn't turn out bad.
So, but, I think that was excellent to have officers are the first ones to respond usually to those. And, having officers trained in mental health and how to respond, and the HOPE team and Outreach Fort Collins, these are excellent things we're moving towards.
Okay.
But until we have enough homes for people, I mean, homes are the foundation of stability.
So, but real homes cost a lot of money.
They do.
What do you think about, we drove down Pooter Canyon yesterday and saw the little cabin city that Danny has built
Yep,
up there in Pooter Park.
Yeah.
Should there be more cost-effective, even a condo is
100%.
$400,000. And a lot of people can't afford the mortgage on a $400,000.
Just to build
unit.
an apartment
Right.
is $420,000 right now just to
Really?
build it.
Oh my God, that's stupid.
Yeah, you look at what the housing authorities they're projecting. I mean,
Right.
it's not like it's a luxury apartment.
Right. Well, and I've got it's not here today, but my ambulance camper,
Yeah.
my 89 Ford,
Yeah.
I could live in that somewhere
Yeah.
for a year and wipe down with cloths and maintain a regular dude's job. But I couldn't because somebody would have me towed for parking in front of their place.
Yeah.
So, tell me what the non-traditional solutions to that are.
I think we just have to think out of the box and more creatively, more compassionately, and quicker. We need quicker solutions.
Yeah,
And
time is money in that space for sure.
I mean, you just think about the people who need help or need stability. And I mean, for a long time I went to Northside Oslo Center and for my gym, and the number of families that come in there to get their kids ready for school. Those are kids living in their car. Like, this isn't just about,
Yeah.
you know, those are
Is that facility full? Is it well utilized?
the north side.
Yeah.
Well, it's a gym for
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
is it?
people use it. I mean,
Yeah. But is it fully utilized? Should there be more places like that?
well, they're not. I mean, it's not like a place to come get your kids ready for school. It's just where they have their resources.
Right.
And so we need more access to resources for folks, and we need temporary housing. And you think about, I think PSD has 1,000 students a year that are unhoused.
Yeah.
How is that acceptable?
But what
in
does
Fort
the
Collins?
city subsidize though to make it affordable for them, or like what's
Well, we could definitely make it easier to build more creative solutions.
Okay.
And, you know, housing has just had a resistance to evolving of how we
totally.
build it. You
we
look
build
at
cul-de-sacs,
Yeah.
and we build them on lots from
Yeah.
between 4,600 square feet and 6,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Well, and the limitations on condo building and the liability around that have made Colorado impossible to do
Well,
that.
definitely.
And
Well, and then you just also think about the advances. You think about the advances of agriculture over the past 50 years
Yeah.
and how far that's come. How far has housing come?
yeah.
Are we still doing stick-built homes?
So you want to take a bulldozer to the regulations in the housing economy?
No, I just think that, you know, we could do things like destigmatize modular homes.
Okay.
You know, we could do tiny homes. There's a lot of options.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Old ambulances,
Old ambulances.
stuff like that. So we have 8 questions and sauces, and only 7 were sent out.
'Kay.
So this one is a surprise, and it's
Oh.
our grab bag from the traditional podcast.
Okay.
So everybody in
I'm very
in the
excited.
full podcast has to pull 3 and answer all 3,
Uh-huh.
but you have to answer 1, but you may answer up to 3. So
Okay,
grab 3
fair
balls out of there,
Right.
and you got all 3.
Yeah.
Great. And then in any order we can. Oh wait! First we have to do this. We have to taste this and do the tasting notes. Do you think you can balance?
Yes.
that?
I think this is the
Really
Parmesan
secure?
one.
No, this is the popcorn salt.
Yeah, Parmesan popcorn.
Oh yes, that
One and the same.
without the basil.
We have sans basil.
Ooh, it tastes kind of cheesy.
I think it's because it's Parmesan.
Oh duh. But very cheesy. More so
Yeah.
than I expected.
This is true.
But, yum. I like that.
It's salty.
I tried to breathe it a little bit. It's pretty fine. And that's why it's popcorn salt.
This
Otherwise
is true.
they'd say coarse salt. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Do that. Oh, do you want any milk? No, you don't. No.
I don't.
Yeah. Make me fart all night. Okay.
I know you're trying to kill me in some way on the show.
If I can just make you laugh, that accomplishes most of my
There you go.
missions. Would you like to start?
Okay, number 9.
Number 9. What's the strangest way you've ever injured yourself?
The strangest way.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I have to think about this. I do injure myself quite frequently. But then they all kind of seem... Oh, strangest way?
Yeah. Like, oops, I did it again. Da-da-da. Or maybe
I know.
not.
I think I'm just going to think about it more so you
We
have
could
to keep
pass on that
singing
one
that
if you
song.
want. Ooh, I did it again. I don't know the words. though. That's
Played with
all
your
the words.
heart.
What's that?
I played with your heart.
I played with your heart.
Got lost in the game.
Got lost in the... I don't know any
Now I'm
of those
just
words.
thinking about the producers. I don't think it's strange, but one time I did fall through a wicker chair.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Like it was getting...
like
It had been in the backyard for a while too long, and it just...
you know, it was like a square. It's like wood here,
yeah.
kind of wicker here.
And
I
it
was
woven kind of like from the inside out.
yeah, you know, I was in college. I was of course hanging out my prayer flags as you do in college, and it just broke, and my entire shin went down the front of the wood on the inside,
Oh.
and so it scraped off
Oh, that's...
my whole front shin.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was less pleasant. I was imagining you like stuck in a little wicker chair
No,
because it
no,
collapsed.
definitely injured myself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds...
Although last week I tripped over a pebble about 100 feet at the end of the trail and just annihilated my knee. So
Yeah, but that's not strange.
it's not
so
strange.
much.
It was just
Fair.
probably epic to watch.
Well, you're not required to answer any more questions, but you may.
All right, let's do it.
Next number.
29.
29. We're mostly a business owners podcast, and the question is, what's been the most surprising thing about running your business?
I mean, I did have a business, as we talked about.
You want to talk about it for
That no one
a
carries
minute?
cash when they're on the bike trail.
Yeah.
Why
So
wouldn't
that
you?
was the business. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the most surprising thing about it was people weren't packing.
Why don't you want to eat a brownie while you're running? I don't understand.
Right. Seems like I'd be hungry if I run that far.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I run and I eat brownies while I run.
You learned a fair bit.
Yeah.
Last one.
13.
What's a book, movie, or podcast that's had a big impact on you or the way you think about something?
You know, somebody asked me about this because they wanted my favorites, and I don't have favorites.
Well, would it have to be a favorite?
I know, it doesn't have to be a favorite.
What we're looking for here is something that changed. Oh, you want me to take those?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Don't want you to have to hold my balls.
I really was trying to refrain myself from making a lot of jokes about that, so thank you.
I'll make the jokes around here, please. Thank you.
Something? Okay.
That's actually changed how you thought about something. Like, I can think of something recently as the telepathy tapes and talking about the non-verbal autistic kids that can read their parents' minds and stuff like that. That's way out there.
That is way out there.
But it's probably real.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the next phase. Maybe all these vaccines have actually created the lead into our next super race
Wow. I mean,
of telepathy kids.
yeah. I mean, there's like a whole universe where people can communicate and we don't even know about it.
Yeah.
That are humans.
Well, and maybe the vaccines aren't just the autism thing too.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm just saying. But actually, everybody is like increasing their vaccines now because they want to produce the next Elon Musk.
That's true.
Like, who doesn't want a
we
kid
can't
that's
spread
like a super...
Okay, well, we can't spread this thing that those two things are correlated.
I don't know. It seems like everybody's doing it. Just
I mean, just because everyone's doing it. No, I'm not alone in this situation. I'm a public health professional.
Okay, we're supposed to try this.
Oh, yeah. This one's black garlic, I think.
Yes, it is. I think I'm excited about this.
I am, too.
Is it, like, dried?
I don't think so. They were mashing it earlier.
Oh. Yeah, black garlic cloves. Oh, yeah, it's kind of sticky icky. I'm excited about this.
I'm worried and excited.
Finally something challenging for you.
Works-ited. That's not what I was expecting it to taste like.
It almost has like a mushroomy kind of tone at the end. I mean, I can definitely taste the garlic being all full of love and stuff, but it does have kind of that kind of wraparound.
It's not as pungent as I thought it was. Garlic pungent as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. If I had a fresh clove of garlic here, could you just eat that straight up?
I think it would burn.
Oh yeah, it burns a lot.
Yeah,
but,
so,
but
no,
you can
I
do
don't
it.
want. No, I could.
Right, but you could.
Sure. Yeah.
We should have done that, guys.
Yeah.
I'm always up for a garlic shooter. Actually, I've been giving ginger shots to my wife and my host exchange student because they've been kind of on the mend of getting sick, which they hate, but they do it because it makes them healthier.
If you do that, like ginger, garlic, some
Lemon
kind of
juice,
pepper, if you
straight up
want.
lemon juice, some cayenne pepper, but not cayenne for you either. But some of those things, makes the bad stuff go away.
Are we rebranding the name of this one? Because it can't be Hot Takes.
No, we're the Hot Nugs Conversations.
It can't be Hot Nugs.
Oh, yeah,
because we don't have nugs, nor are they hot.
To speak for yourself. Hot chicken.
It's not hot chicken either. It's not hot.
Well, no, but there's
all right,
limitations. I guess I'll just try to make you sweat with this next question.
Okay.
How can the city of Fort Collins maintain financial strength in light of declining sales tax collection trends? What mix of cost cutting and revenue enhancements would you envision? We kind of drifted into this a little bit already, but
we did, yeah.
Would you like to kind of expand? Like, do you think we can turn the tide on sales taxes, or is that just going to kind of keep slipping?
Well, we could. We could turn the tide on sales tax if we want to invest in those things.
But you don't know if we do.
Well, I think...
in what things?
Oh, right, because I didn't finish my sentence.
Yeah.
I think that we could really focus on how are we bringing in more revenue? Is that through small businesses? Is it through other employers?
Right.
A lot of people that I talk to housing affordability is one thing, but job opportunity is the second biggest thing. Finding a job that pays a livable wage.
So we'd rather have more like manufacturing jobs and stuff than more retail sales.
Yeah,
jobs
exactly.
And
like
the taxes that come with it.
How are we looking at how are we providing job opportunities for people, which could bring in sales revenue and more expendable income?
Yeah.
When you have people spending so much money on housing and childcare and price of goods going up, yeah, they're not spending as much money. We also have a changing population where we haven't really seen a big. I think we've been pretty relatively flat.
No, kids don't move here anymore. Old people
Yeah.
move here now.
Yeah,
To
and
be
who
with their
spends money?
kids and their grandkids.
Yeah. And so we haven't seen a population increase, but we've seen a change in demographic. All of these are playing into our sales tax.
Yeah.
And so I do think, Fort Collins for a long time has kind of rested on its laurels of we haven't really gone out and attracted.
Too cool for school.
Bikes, beers, bands, brew, whatever,
I want more of this.
Yeah,
even though it's not hot, but it's good.
Not hot. Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
And we haven't really stepped into, do we need to attract employers? Do we need to attract better job opportunities? Mm-hmm. A lot of people see it as pro-growth, pro-development. I see it as taking care of the people that live here. We have to have job opportunities.
So is that the balance? Like some of your supporters don't really want growth and others realize that we need jobs, and it's like,
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. If we just want to become a retirement community with a college, we can definitely go down that path. But I don't think
tourist
that's
town too.
Yeah, I don't think that's what Fort Collins wants.
Yeah.
But with that, we have to evolve. We can't be static. We have to evolve. We have to look at how do we attract better job opportunities. And then on the expense side, Fort Collins has been really lucky with having excess revenues for a really long time.
Yeah.
We've built amazing things. We have beautiful parks. We have beautiful buildings. And I think more and more we're going to have to look at, well, are we going to be able to sustain that?
Yeah.
And how are we going to pay for it? What about the operations and maintenance?
Yeah.
And what is the quality of service and quality of life that Fort Collins is expecting?
Yeah.
And is that feasible? We could have a few really nice things, or we could have a more
City Park Lake sponsored by LoCo Think Tank.
Yes, there you go.
Nice sign there.
Just slide that in. Just putting that out there.
$1,000 a year. I'm in. Nice big 8x16 sign.
There you go.
What is this last? This is the. They were bragging about this. The red Szechuan peppercorn.
Oh yeah. I feel like it sounds spicy, but it's not going to be.
Fun. Yeah, right. Let us down again. We'll see. This looks. I heard a crunch.
It looks sneezy spicy, but.
Nice coarse salt again.
Mm-hmm. Coarse pepper too.
I mean, that's probably about as spicy as you ever get.
Right? Yeah, I don't do. Well, I mean, like wasabi or horseradish.
Yeah,
different kind of spice, but yeah.
We could have gone there with you.
It's true.
Perhaps should have, but
I'm not upset.
So I think just fresh garlic is what she probably should have.
Exactly, just fresh grated garlic.
Or a ginger shot without the what? There was something in the ginger. The cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
Right, but you can have lemon juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
We should have done ginger shots. That would have been fun. The last question is your LoCo experience.
Okay.
So your legit craziest experience of your lifetime that you're willing to share with our listeners. And be damned who won't vote for you if they think your story is too crazy.
My most, in my life, most crazy.
In your life,
experience?
most crazy. Just it could be a moment, a day, a semester abroad, a near-death experience. I don't know. Whatever comes to mind when I say your craziest experience of your lifetime.
I gotta think about this.
Okay.
What did other people say? Are you gonna share yours?
I don't even know. I've got so many.
I won't hold you to the most.
The most crazy, or a crazy experience.
Yeah.
I was just telling these guys about in my first anniversary trip, and I've told this story on the podcast at least once before, but we were trying to go from Lake City to Ouray via Engineers Pass in our 88 Jeep Cherokee, and we were at the very top, and it was 32 degrees and sunny, and so it was so slippery you couldn't even walk. on it. But I was a rookie and I didn't have it in low range, just low gear. And we started sliding and I didn't have anti-lock brakes, and like to literally not go off the road and go down like a 45-degree angle for 1,500 feet and die before we hit the tree line. I had to accelerate instead of braking and drift through this basically 270-degree banked curve on this top of the mountain. And we did. But like I was probably going to be dead.
Wow.
Like if you just took a snapshot when we started sliding, most people would have been dead.
Wow.
But I was a country kid that's been drifting and driving and trying to find the edge of traction my whole life.
There you
and
go.
I didn't want to die that day.
Are you also part of the Fast and Furious crew?
No, that's too dangerous for me. Like
The country Fast and Furious.
Oh, yes, that, yeah, for sure. The country Fast and Furious.
Yeah, there you go. I think that could be a spinoff.
Yeah, like kids in my town, they would find an old car in the pasture and get the engine running and go turn it into a circle track race car and stuff, and just dumb stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I've never gone looking for trouble.
They don't look for trouble.
Trouble
finds
always
them.
looks for me, yeah. So yeah, whatever. That's one particular story, and we were talking about, because Paul told a story about being out in the boonies of Egypt and just about dying on my podcast with him recently, and his kids were like, "I never heard that story before, Dad." He's like, "Yeah, I didn't really want you to know that," and so I didn't tell Jill this story for a while. So if you've ever if you ever run somebody over and like had to put the body in the side of the road and like go bury it later or something, you're running from air, so you couldn't even share that story, even if it was true.
It's true.
It is true.
No, it's not true, but I wouldn't be able to share it.
Be able to share it.
Yeah,
Not if you wanted to get elected.
Also, I drove like a Geo Metro in high school, so it's not like I would murdering
you could rough somebody over, but it would cause a lot of damage to the car.
It would, yes, exactly. Not the human. It would death the
You couldn't
car.
get away with it.
Yeah, just be like them imprinted on the front. Like, well, they would be fine.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you never know. I mean, it's still a car.
That's true. That's true.
So nothing like that. No.
No hidden bodies, but
Have you ever been arrested?
no. I've never been arrested. I had to think about that, but no, I've never been arrested. Yeah, I know. It's kind of boring.
No broken bones? Near-death experiences?
I've only
Did you
broken my toe.
spend 6 months in a Marxist camp in China or anything like that?
No.
No, nothing.
I did.
Sorry, I'm not trying to imply you're a Marxist.
I was like, oh my gosh, now any story I tell is not going to be cool because I've never murdered someone, been arrested, or spent, 6 months in a Marxist camp. But
not yet.
Not yet. I mean, there's still time.
There is still time. Things are going,
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that that Israel recognized the UK as a Palestinian state recently?
That was kind of them. It's reverse psychology.
Sorry, it's terrible. That was Babylon B that said that.
Oh my gosh! All right, we'll get back on track. All right. Well, I don't know if it's the craziest story, but
it's something. We can wrap this.
We can wrap it up. So, a friend of mine, when I was in my 20s, we went and worked in a hostel in Turkey for 3 months.
What part of Turkey?
In the southern part of Turkey.
Okay.
In Olympus. It's kind of like a tourist town for Turkish people. And,
okay.
We ended up leaving after a week for various reasons, but we ended up not knowing what to do for the other 9 weeks we were there, right?
Oh, so you went to sign up for this thing, and then you're like, no, we're not doing this.
No, I'm not living here. I mean, it was like bunk bed, like 2 bunk beds, and it was very moldy, and it was just like, so we were sold like, Olympus is like, you can go running and climbing, and it's on the beach. It's beautiful. But we had to work like 8 to 10 hours a day, every day, right? And we got paid in alcohol and cigarettes and lodging. And so after a week, I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. So, but then, we're in our 20s and we're like, well, we were supposed to be in Turkey for 3 months.
Like,
so what are we going to do?
Somebody should surely give us a camel.
Yeah, something. Yeah. So we we flew over to Croatia.
Oh.
And we're like, well, we just landed there. And we're like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Did you need a visa or anything? Or
no,
that was just,
no.
You were cool.
Just fly over.
Yeah.
And so we ended up renting a Chevy Spark.
Oh, cool.
We lived in it for 12 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very luxurious car if you've ever seen
I drove actually back from My wife got her first COVID,
Yeah.
and we drove back from California in a Chevy
Spark?
Yes.
Lots of legroom.
Yeah, it's only 6 Joe Rogan episodes from Palm Desert to Fort Collins.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
So we lived in this Chevy Spark. Thankfully, my friend is shorter than I am, so she took up the back seat, and I slept in the. Somebody always had us sleep in the driver's seat because we would park in neighborhoods,
and that reclines back all the way.
Yeah, and because this was kind of before Croatia was really touristy, and so we just didn't really.
So what did you do with yourselves?
We would kind of sleep overnight. But then what we would do is wake up and go find a beach and then go sleep on it. But Croatia has private beaches. So inevitably someone would walk down the beach and yell at us.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of my private property.
Interesting.
So then we would drive around, find different towns, go swimming, But one night we were camped kind of in this field. And, we...
Trying to get away from the hustle and bustle and being yelled at all the time.
So we were trying to sleep and there was just when you're out and you're just there's someone here. And you're just but we had cloth up on the windows, and things like this. And you don't want to look out, and you're just so we're just sitting there and I'm in the driver's seat. My friend crawls up into the passenger seat and we're just you can kind of hear things. And who knows if it's your mind, but we were just there's someone out there.
So you didn't peek?
We didn't peek, but what we ended up doing is just, you had to turn it on, put it in drive, and floor it as fast as you can.
And then take the window covering
while taking the window covering off.
And what, you don't know if there's
I don't know.
there.
I don't know. You're also on backcountry Croatian dirt roads in a Chevy Spark at 2 a.m.
Talked yourself into it, though.
Yeah, we did. So, yeah, I'll never know if there was someone there. But now Chevy Sparks have a special place in my heart.
I really like that story.
Yeah, it was a great adventure.
Well, I hope you enjoyed your time here today.
I had a great time.
Good luck in November.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And do you know which one of those you would like to choose?
They're all so good.
They are. I would choose the biggest one because I'm from North Dakota. The Valley proposition.
That's amazing. What was your favorite?
Probably the popcorn salt.
Oh,
I really like that because you don't really get Parmesan flavor on popcorn very often.
That's true. Or
but
it
it's such a
falls off.
robust flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would stick right on your popcorn and be
I know, but the black garlic was so unique.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we can talk about it later.
That's true. I don't have favorites.
You don't have to do it on this episode.
Okay,
Yeah, you don't want to alienate any of the...
I don't want the other spices to feel bad about themselves.
Thanks much.
Thank you for having me.
Bye for now.